Welcome to Chapter 3 of our series, Build Your Personal Brand on LinkedIn. In this episode, titled Profile Optimization, Make the First Impression Count, we're going to explore the key elements of your LinkedIn profile that can make or break that all-important first impression. So, let's dive in and discover how to make your profile shine. About half the people who land on your LinkedIn profile decide in just a few seconds whether you're a leader, a learner, or a risk to ignore. Now, here's the twist. Most of them never read your full resume. They're judging your story from 3 tiny sections you hardly notice. Think of those sections like the opening scene of a movie. If it's weak, people assume the rest isn't worth watching, no matter how good the plot gets later. On LinkedIn, that opening scene is built from tiny choices. The words you squeeze into your headline, the tone of your about, even the order of your skills. None of these feel life-changing as you type them, but together they silently answer 3 questions for every visitor. Can this person solve my problems? Are they credible? Do they seem easy to work with? The risk isn't having a bad profile, it's having an invisible one that never gets tested in real conversations. In this episode, we'll dissect how to turn those quiet sections into clear signals that attract the right people, and filter out the wrong ones. Most people assume fixing their profile means rewriting everything at once, but the data says otherwise. Tiny, targeted upgrades compound fast. A strong photo alone can multiply views, and that 40 to 49-word headline sweet spot quietly feeds LinkedIn's search engine with the right clues about you. The About section then becomes your highlight reel, not your autobiography, more trailer, less documentary. Treat each element like a brushstroke in a portrait. One line reshapes how your expertise is interpreted, which roles you're surfaced for, and who decides you're worth a message or a meeting. Start with the piece almost everyone underestimates, the skills and experience sections. They look like quiet lists, but behind the scenes, they function like tags on a research paper, telling LinkedIn which problems you're qualified to solve and telling humans where to place you in their mental map. Most profiles either overshoot or undershoot. One extreme is the Christmas tree approach, dozens of vague skills that blur together. Leadership, communication, strategy, teamwork. None strong enough to anchor a reputation. The other extreme is the minimalist, who lists 1 or 2 ultra-specific tools and disappears from broader searches they'd actually be great for. A better path. Build a spine of 5 to 10 skills that connect your current strengths to your next move. Think in clusters. 3 skills that prove you can execute, tools, methods. 3 that prove you can think, analysis, synthesis, and a couple that show you can operate with others, cross-functional work, client-facing experience. Recruiters rarely search for nice teammate, but they do search for stakeholder management or client discovery. Your experience entries then become proof, not poetry. Instead of copying job descriptions, translate responsibilities into outcomes. Replace responsible for managing projects with delivered 12+ cross-team projects on time, increasing feature adoption by 18%. Action verb plus concrete result plus scope tells both the algorithm and a skimming human that something measurable happened because you were there. This is where multimedia quietly upgrades you from claims to evidence. Slides from a talk, a link to a product page you shipped, a short case study, even a GitHub repo or Behance project. These artifacts act like lab results in medicine. Objective signals that back up your story without you insisting, "Trust me." Finally, your visible activity, posts you react to, ideas you share, people you endorse, forms a living layer on top. A profile that never interacts feels abandoned. A profile that occasionally comments thoughtfully on your field shows you're paying attention to the present, not just reporting the past. Think of this part of your profile like the forecast layer on a weather app. People glance at it to decide what to do next with you. Reach out, keep scrolling, or click away. To make that decision easy, give them quick, concrete signals. For skills, test a before-after experiment. Before, A flat list like Excel, communication, teamwork. After, a focused ladder such as revenue forecasting, pricing analysis, scenario modeling, executive-ready dashboards, stakeholder management. Same person, but now your likely value in a new role is obvious. Experience benefits from the same shift. Manage marketing campaigns is a blur. Launch 3 campaigns that cut acquisition costs by 22%. Invites a follow-up question in an interview. Even small posts or comments can support this story. A short breakdown of a recent industry change, a quick teardown of a product decision, or a lesson from a side project, all of these hint at how you think, not just what you've done. As AI tools start drafting sections for you, the standout profiles will be the ones that don't sound machine-flattened. Treat templates as raw clay and shape them with specifics only you could write. Quirks, turning points, hard-won lessons. Video and audio intros will raise the bar further, rewarding people who can explain their work clearly and calmly. Over time, recruiters may skim your profile the way investors skim a pitch deck, fast, pattern-based, and expecting sharp narrative focus. Treat this first pass as a draft, not a verdict. Your profile is closer to a living notebook than a monument. Expect to revise as your goals sharpen. The real win isn't perfection, it's alignment. What you say, what you've done, and what you're aiming at all pointing in the same direction so the right people recognize you faster. Here's your challenge this week. Rewrite your LinkedIn headline and About section so they pass the 5-second test for a stranger in your target industry. Replace your current headline with one that clearly states your role, niche, and outcome. Content strategist, I help B2B SaaS startups turn case studies into sales-ready assets. In your About section, add a 3 to 5 line opening that spells out who you help, what problems you solve, and 1 to 2 concrete results you've created. Numbers, time saved, revenue, etc. Before the week ends, ask 2 people in your target audience to read just your headline and first 3 lines and tell you, in their own words, what they think you do and who you do it for. This was Owl Up, your daily step forward. This series continues with more chapters on owlup.co. Visit owlup.co to access the complete course and continue your learning journey. See you there!